I've worked on a lot of sites in my life, and this one at Petrocan is I love it there. You know, if I could retire there, let it be.
Our mummies and daddies, they keep coming back, 'cause safely is where it's at. I'm looking death in the eyes before there's any of that. I'm being safer safely, now that's where it's at. I'm getting it right, I never wrong. I just before the kiss and drop, a parking lot, I'm pumping the gas, you ought to know where the cash flow go. I deepen the minds of thick, black, and rich. I sing crude sun course, explores. I draw on oils from the soil, they do a clean using steam, as in demand, a Petrocan refining the gasolines. I jam in safety in people's minds, there's no crimes if it's found sound. Shut down, I know clown, I safe with care, I swear, with this rap that flows from my app, I'm no brat sticking on a hard hat, 'cause safely is where it's at.
I'm not a good-looking guy. I'm not the guy that goes on TV and becomes a multi-movie star actor or whatever, and people can look up to what he says. So what I'll do is I'll express my inner self with this safety rap that I wrote, and I think it's a fantastic thing to express what's in me. I'm not gonna go harsh on the stuff that people have made, but me being a construction worker and being in the field and being in their meetings and stuff like that, no, it's not working. You know why it's working? Because you have to. You gotta do this. You know, you gotta stop at that stop sign or I'm gonna charge you $500. Or not because this is what's gonna happen. You know, if you go through that stop sign, you're gonna lose your life. Knowledge is not equipped unless somebody gets hurt. And it's a shame. But now, we don't have to. It's not the fact that getting the job done. Let's get the job done and get out of here, blah, blah, blah. Stop and think. What's the safest way to do that job? And that's the way I look at it now.
I earplugs in, I hear no sin. Now let's begin of this and that. Never abuse the working tools. I've been in at the knees, a little heavy, I'll give it a hand, please. Cutting, grinding, pounding. Your eyes, your beautiful eyes, blue, green, hazel, and brown, are kept placed with the glass and the guards in front of your face. You don't want to be no worker's disgrace, let alone when you're home, 'cause you coming from afar, ways away to work.
Let's see who we got on the job in the morning. Let's get close to them. Let's take a little whiff test, you know. They've been drinking all night, they're having trouble. You can read somebody's face, you know. If I can look in somebody's eyes, you got problems. There's problems here, issues, you got issues in life. You think you really should be here? You know, because with you being here, you're endangering me. And when you're endangering me, you're taking the bread and butter right out of my family's mouth, you know? And it's not the fact of, I'm gonna talk about whatever you do. You take them aside, hey listen buddy, I don't think you should be operating or you shouldn't be working with me. I don't wanna work with you. There's no hard feelings, but without me, my kids don't live. I was working with this 57-year veteran there. In fact, he was retired, and there was not enough tradesmen, so they phoned him up. And this plate is 3 feet high, 14 feet long, and I'm trying to put it on there, and the one I couldn't get on because it was sinking in the wood. It's 4.5 ton. Once it's loaded up, it's 4.5 ton heavy, and I'm trying to put it on, and it doesn't fit. So I leave that one out, and I get to the end, and I says, "What's holding this up?" And he said, "Oh, we unloaded them like that." So I grab it and I try to rock it, and it's solid. It's a solid wall. So my boss says, "We're gonna go in the air." He says, "Go get your belt." So the guy's got my place that I was working for, and there's this other guy putting the nuts on the back. And I just get my belt clipped, and I'm standing there, and I can hear them working away, and my peripheral vision there is you know, catching what they're doing, and all of a sudden they're doesn't 4.5 ton. I look, it's right up to his chest, flatten him right out. It happens like seconds, but that's my lifetime right there. You're not gonna revive him. It's 4.5 ton on 4x4s on concrete. So you got 4 inches under a man's body with 4.5 ton plate. The weirdest thing is his son had a grandson. This happened at about coffee time at 10:30. At about 11:15, I figured that plate fell on. That's when his son had a grandson. How ironic is that? You know what I mean? To take a life and give a life, you know? Like I think about that now. Like I think about the shit that if something were to happen to me and my kids, you know, my kids would go to go to a tombstone, you know? Can you imagine growing up in your life and you go talk to a tombstone, you know? Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how life will kick you right in the ass. Only if you let it, you know?
I says memorize, I never improvise. Anchor points are secured and sound, so you're not found. Eyeballs and tonsils to the ground. I'm laying still, I'm giving everyone a chill. As you get on the phone, up for a stretch devil. Come on, man, that's new school.
Now I'm at a certain age in my life, I gotta get it right, you know? I got mouths to feed, I've got kids to raise. Now I'm gonna get it right, so let's pass the right on. And the things that I've seen wrong in my lifetime, if that was done, you think those guys would be dead? No. No way would they be dead.
I be no fool, I play it cool. A good morale, you know that's your best tool. Our PPE, our personal protective equipment, that's for you and me. Our boots tight, our gear just right. I'll keep us from going into God's flight. Come on, man. You don't want families wearing black. Our best intention is to always mention our mummies and daddies, they keep coming back. Cause safety safely is where it's at. Mummies, daddies, you keep coming back. Cause safety safely is where it's at. Let's get it right and never wrong. And listen to my little homemade song. Our mummies and daddies, they keep coming back. Cause safety safely is where it's at. Shh.